going to show you how I move my chicken tractor, and I'll go over a few features of it. This is an 8x8 chicken tractor, 2x4s besides on the door, with roofing material on 3/4 of the top, and this is the V1, if you will. So next season I'm going to put on another panel on the back and on the side so I get a little bit more rain protection. That's what this one's here for. Just haven't done it yet. Previous design, I had wood dowels for the axles. Those swelled up in the rain, so I swapped them out for bolts, and that's working a lot better. It's a 16 mil bolt, just washer on either side, and obviously a nut on the end, and then it fits my Harbor Freight wheels. So now I can have multiple chicken tractors with one set of wheels and take them off so it sits flat so nothing can burrow underneath, including the chickens. For feed, it's just a Tractor Supply bucket with, I got these off Amazon, but you can get them at Tractor Supply or anything. Keeps it dry, kind of minimizes how much they can kick out. They still do kick out some feed, but I'd say 5% or less. They eat 95% of it, and they kick out 5. They obviously free ranging, get chicken scraps or table scraps every day, which they love. The water, another Tractor Supply bucket because they're food grade. Got these off Amazon, but they sell them on or at Tractor Supply as well. Just little cups. These are different. The springs, especially when it's kind of empty and off level, they'll roost up on top of it, and they can knock it over. If you knock the cup off, you'll lose the spring, or I have in the past, and then you gotta swap out the cup, and that's why you gotta check on them so frequently, because especially when it's like 95 degrees in August, they can die pretty quick. Yeah, you just drill a hole, got a little nut on the back, goes together pretty well. Haven't had too much problem leaking. It's actually, I used to use these for my egg layers. I went to the Peck model because it's better for freezing. This, if you put a heating element in it last winter, and the water in the cup still froze. So the Peck, I'm gonna try out this winter, and we'll see if still have the freezing problem. But the egg layers, it's just a gutter that goes to a 5-gallon bucket, so I never have to really refill it, just clean it every once in a while. But because it's a gutter, some like leaves and pine needles and stuff like that got in, and it clogged up the little valve in the cup itself. So I've had more problem getting less water than having leaks. I've been having clogged instead of leaks. The frame, I'll do a separate video on that, breaking down the cost of it, or the tractor itself. But it was about, I think, $300 to build with all the hardware and stuff included. This one actually, because I have the boards laid like that, you need a big nail, so I just used 90-degree pieces of metal to frame it up. I built a 4x8 for my brooder, and with that I just drilled a hole and used dowels and some wood glue to secure them. A lot cheaper. That's definitely, I'm gonna make another one of these for next spring. Definitely gonna be doing that. That's like a $20 saving or something. It's pretty crazy. This handle, it's nice, looks nice. I never use it. I'm generally picking it up from one side or the other instead of from the middle. So that's another $7 that I'll be saving. The hinges, those are pretty necessary. Unfortunately, those are pretty expensive, but I did find some on sale for $1.50. So if you can find a clearance or reclaimed or anything like that, do it. Same with the roofing material. That's like $30 per 2x8 at Lowe's. I'm really into look at Facebook Marketplace, trying to get that price down. Damn it. Cool. All right, do a little meat bird update. See how long this guy lasts. So in August 1st is when I got them delivered. I got 25 all heavy, all roosters for about $80. I wanted to do the heritage route for the meat birds, so I got these. It's a mixed breed. There's like 10 different breeds they can send you. They sent me the 25 that I ordered, a bonus chick with that, and then another bonus chick. So I got 27 in total. One died that night. They all were delivered alive, and this was August, keep in mind. So it was like every day was above 90 for a while. So they all delivered alive, thankfully, but one did die that night. And then they kept spoiling the water because I didn't have it properly secured. So one got a respiratory issue and died. But that was all the deaths for a while until I took them outside. And then I put them in either this one or the brooder. And they were sticking their necks through the chicken wire, and I lost 9 birds to a hawk in the same day. You'd kill 3, I'd go out there, shoo them away. Happens 3 times, and then I just started clanging metal, the trash cans like cymbals, and it finally left for good. I haven't had problems with these since. I did have a problem with my egg layers. The hawk killed, I don't even know, like 6 egg layers or something, including my rooster that was quite large. After that, I bought reflective tape and a crow kite decoy. I'll show you those later. Since then, I haven't lost a single chicken, so that's good. The reason I have this guy out is I just want to show you the size. So today's November 3rd. So I've had them all of August, all September, all October, and into November. So over 90 days. And this is the size of them. This pretty baller grok. They're a super friendly breed. Really pretty in my opinion. Decent sized chicken, but 90 days. I don't know. Next year I think I'm gonna do one more run of these guys in a separate, got your foot in there, in a separate tractor, and to have Cornish crosses, because so far, granted, I was down to 16 birds, and then two of the roosters were really small, so I actually moved them after my egg laying rooster died. I moved those two over there to protect and breed my egg layers. I'd like to take this because he's very friendly, but you know, that's a chicken. It was always meant to be a meat bird. Anyways, so in the past 3 months, I've put in $200 of feed. All of the loss is pretty early, so I'm gonna say for 16 birds, which will end up being 12 butchered, or sorry, 14 butchered, $200 of feed, plus the $80 for the chicks. Or sorry, I'm messing this up. $200. I don't have to get my notes. I'll put it across the screen what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's $200 total. So kind of a rough year, especially because they're pretty small. I butchered 2 of them the other day, and compared to the Cornish crosses, they're definitely lacking. But I want to compare and contrast how much they eat versus how much they weigh. See if these are actually free ranging better, especially when it's, you know, the summer and there's plenty of crickets and bugs to eat. Now it's just some flies because it's now November and we've had a few frosts. They're holding up though. The food hasn't increased that much. So I just want to break down the cost per bird and go from there. I do think I'll continue with the Cornish crosses, even though these guys are so much prettier. But they're meat birds. They don't have to be pretty. They just have to be big. Having a straight run as opposed to only roosters, though, that could be beneficial to just put out in one of these tractors as opposed to put it in your coop right away when they're pretty small, to protect them from predators and from the bigger hens. Tell you how they taste being heritage breeds and being all roosters. Could be a tough bird. We'll see what the flavor is like after I cook my first one. That's the meat bird update. Say goodbye. This is the crow kite decoy. I think it was $45. Got it on Amazon like everything else almost. It's got a stake that you put in the ground and then each section you just twist, pull out, twist to lock it, and then get this kite with some reflectors on it, and these little pieces to hold it out. There's one that goes across the wings, but it always falls out. And then you just got a little swivel so it can spin. Put it at an angle. A lot of my wind comes this direction, so I think I should swap it because it does get tangled up. It's actually tangled up right now, but not too bad. One of these days I'll do it. Just it's like some kind of hard plastic rod with a point on one end. So when I was hammering it in, I put a 2x4. Oh, this is really hard with one hand. Yeah, I put a 2x4 over it so I wouldn't break it or anything. And then the other thing I got is reflective tape. Here's a piece. I think it was 300 feet for $10. So I was using a staple gun, focus, using a staple gun to just staple it into all the fence posts. But I hit a lot of wind up here, so kept ripping. Those are the little roosters that they were meat birds, but now they're gonna be with the egg layers. Anyways, so it was ripping out a lot, so I switched up my method, and now I'm just tying it onto the fence. It's doing a lot better. I'm not sure if it's just a wind or if the sheep are chewing on it, because as you can see, still getting some rips. But I put it all around my property, and haven't had a problem since. And as you can see, they are still free ranged completely. As long as they go in at night, I hope I don't have any more hawk problems. The kite is nice. I feel like I have more crows now because of it, but I think all you need is the reflective tape to do the job. But I don't know. If you got the 45 bucks to spend, I guess, get it. And here's what I was talking about with the it's just, I mean, it's a super teeny gutter, but one of these days I'll probably actually make a full length gutter, but it keeps it completely full. And you just gotta clean it out every once in a while. See how dirty it is. It's been a while, but it's also been cold. Yeah, pretty gross in there, so I should clean it out. Give you a walk through the coop later. It's a solid coop, but if I had the time and money, I might redo it differently. One thing I am actually going to be redoing is I do the deep litter method. So with the door on the bottom of the coop, hasn't happened yet, but it's getting close, where the wood shavings will block the door, and if it might not lock. So I want to make the ramp go to the high corner, move the door. Kind of wish I'd use screws so I could just unscrew the whole piece of plywood and rotate it, but I use nails, and I have to get more plywood and just sister board it probably and cut a new hole. But that's for a different day.